This is Home Improvement Tips, aka Easy 2 Tips and Tricks. Alright, I'm going to be putting a top coat on this old grout. But I'm prepping the old grout first. Okay? A lot of people, they'll remove all of the grout. It just needs to be down about 1/8 of an inch. Okay? And so I'm going to put a top coat on, and I'm prepping it because I don't have 1/8 of an inch everywhere. And then it was dirty. Okay? So I'm going to do this prep. I'll show you what I'm doing. And some things I've already encountered. All right? I did a video the other day. It wasn't quite a short, but YouTube is messing up. They're doing a voiceover through an AI. It's the AI's talking way too fast. And it's just messing up everything you're saying. It's not pronouncing it correctly. It's talking too fast. And I did not request or ask YouTube to do that. They've taken this upon themselves, or I agreed to something I didn't know I was agreeing to. I'm going to have to get a hold of YouTube and see what the deal is, and they need to just stop doing that because it's screwing up my videos. All right, now what I've encountered is I have a tool here that I'm going in the grout lines. I'm removing the grout to a point. Well, that dust is flying in the air, and it gets in your hair, and it becomes a mess. So I'm wetting the tile down at this point, so I don't have the dust in it. And you don't want to breathe it either. Some of the stuff's carcinogenic. We don't need cancer. So I'm wetting it down. I've watched a few little short clips, and nobody seems to be wetting their grout down. They're not even talking about it. So we'll show you how I'm wetting down this grout, the tool I'm using, and all of that. Now, if you don't wet your grout down, you want a mask on with filters. You want something over your head. I'll take an old shirt and I'll put it over my head, bandana, whatever, do-rag, for those that know what I'm talking about, so it doesn't get in your hair. But you don't want to breathe this stuff, okay? There's no further ado. Let's do this. Thanks for being here. Samuel, hey, Samurai. Hey, Samurai. Let me show you what I'm getting ready to do. All right. Let me show you right now. This is what I've already done. You can see it here. All right. Now I'll show you what it looked like when I started. As you can see, this is not grout. That is dirt. Okay? And so I am taking the time to clean it. Let me show you how I'm going about cleaning this. I'm taking this tool right here. All right. Now, you want to wet this down like I was saying, because this dust flies in the air, it gets into your hair, it becomes a dust. You don't want to breathe it. So I'm just taking a damp rag. Here's my water. And I'm just kind of going over the joint first with the damp rag. All right. All right, now I've got it damp. All right, I'll show you what happens when you don't wet it down. And you'll see how fine the powder is. All right. Now, I take the corner and I put it right against the edge. Okay, I get right down into the edge. Now you can see how fine this is, okay? Now normally that would be in the air. So by wetting it down first, it's not flying in the air. Okay. Now I catch the other side as well. All right, now let's take a look at this. All right, now to remove that, bring out your sponge. All right, now just come along here, my finger in that joint, and you wipe it up. And now let's take a look. Okay, now I'm gonna go over that some more. Wetting the joint first. Okay, now I'm going to catch right there where I missed. I'm going to turn this sideways and make it a little wider. Now that's a little oil and dirt and whatnot, okay? Now you do want to be careful on the corners because you can kind of chip them. Alright, now what I like doing is I'll flip it around this way and I can come back, alright, and get in here. Okay, that way I'm not chipping the joint by running into it, alright? Because if I come along this way, okay, I can bang into that corner and chip it, alright? So by reversing it, okay, I can come back, alright, and get that edge right there at that corner. Now flipping it the other way, okay. Hi, thanks for being here. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, your vocal is like Halloween. Really? That must be YouTube messing up again. Like I say, I did a video, regular video, and it was like a 3+ minute video. And YouTube did an AI voiceover, and it messed up my whole video. You don't even hardly understand what I'm saying. That was the last video I put out last week. I think it was Friday night. All right, now you see I wet this down. There's no dust in the air. I'm not breathing it. I don't have on a mask. Okay, no mask on, no dust in the air. Just by wetting it down. And the other videos I've watched, they're not showing you that. They're just breathing the dust. Some of this is carcinogenic, which means it can give you cancer. So you don't want to breathe the dust. So work smarter, not harder. And be safe. Just wet it down. Real simple. Okay? Just wet it down. All right. I've already wet this down, but I want to go over it one more time. I started out using a spray bottle and just kind of spraying it. But that just makes it too much like mud. Okay, that creates like a mud. And you don't want to create a mud. And you'll see here in a minute, it'll be like mud. You see the bigger chunks here. Okay, it's kind of like a clay mud because there's too much water in it. It makes it thicker. Okay. I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, okay, that's what that's looking like. You see how thick the chunks are now, right? So there's the powder, and here's more chunky, okay, because it's sticking. All right. All right, your words are... Is my voice still sounding like Halloween? All right, thank you, Samurai. My voice still sounding like Halloween? Okay. Now, here's another one. Right there. And my rag, my sponge is moist. It's not even dripping, just damp. Okay. Okay, now. I'm running this at a slight angle. Okay. And over here on this edge. See, I'm at a slight angle. All right. Again, you see the slight angle. Slight angle the other way, opposite direction. Now remember, I can come back this way at the edge. Catch the other side, the opposite side. Okay, now come in here. Drop the phone. Hey, I'm back. And no, I don't sound like a Halloween character anymore. Good. Now tomorrow, depending on how much I get done, I will be doing the regrouting. As long as everything goes well, it may not be till... If I don't get it done tomorrow, I won't be back doing this until Thursday. Okay, there's my angle right there, see? Now I'm kind of going the opposite with the slight angle. Okay, now let's get this cleaned up and see what it looks like. Okay, now let's see. Okay, a little bit more. Okay. All right. Thanks for being there, Samurai. Do you do anything on your channel, Samurai? Do you have a channel? And if so, what's it about? Then I'm also going to go over this with the hand scrubber, like a brush. All right. When I'm done. Okay. Now let's get this cleaned up. This is grooving it, but it's also cleaning it up all at the same time. You have 20 subscribers. Okay, we'll put up some content and you will gain more subscribers. What do you like to do? Are you a gamer? Do you like to build things, make things? What are some things you like to do? Yeah, you start putting up content, you'll gain more subscribers. But you want to put up interesting content or fun content. So what kind of things you like to do there, Samurai? See, that's a pretty big angle I have on it right now. It's probably like about a 45, 50 degree angle right there. You don't know. Well, what do you like to do? What do you do for a hobby? Do you have any hobbies? Because if you have a hobby, you can videotape doing your hobby, teaching people how to do it, tell them what you like about it, tell them, things, a better way to do it, and what not to do, the mistakes you've made, so don't make the same mistakes, and you can tell them. If you have a hobby, there's all kinds of things that you can do. If you have a hobby, or what do you do? Are you a gamer? Do you do magic tricks? Do you tell jokes? Maybe you could just tell jokes. You should have a channel of telling jokes, making people laugh. Now, let's get this here. Now I'm just taking this down about 1/8 of an inch. That's all I'm doing. Going down about 1/8 of an inch. I'm also cleaning it up. Look at the angle I'm using here. Constantly change my angle depending on where I'm working, what I'm wanting to get. All right, this does not have to be smooth. Actually having some grooving in it is good. Help the other tile, help the other thin set stick. Okay, so I catch the left side, the right side. And you can see this dark area there. I take the front of the face of this and I kind of catch it down at an angle and I remove it. Okay, and you see the angle. And I'm using the face of the scraper. Now, if I chip any of the tile, this is white. I'll go get white fingernail polish, and I will go over any chips with the white fingernail polish. But if you want it, because this isn't real bright, so I'm going to get like a soft white fingernail polish, and I'll go over any chips so that it blends in. And I might even get a little real light gray and kind of put maybe a little gray with it, okay? But here you see where it's the dirt right there and the outer edge of the tile. I'm putting the face into it and I'm scraping it off, okay? Then I'll show you right here. All right. So you got the face into it. Just cutting it right, getting cut right in there and taking it off. Okay. Here you see better. Right. So now I'm going to turn it. Going to come down at an angle. Okay. And get to that outer edge. And clean the outer edge of that tile right there. See? You can see where I cleaned it. Let's catch it here. Okay. Turn it face into it. Catch that edge. Okay. All right, better. Okay, now let's catch this over here. So I'm cleaning the grout and I'm also taking the grout down. You want about an 1/8 inch groove right there for your top coat. Okay, here's one. Now look, you'll see it right here. See, I'm using the face and this outer edge. Okay, clean. Same, right? Now see, I'm using this edge right here to clean the outer edge of this tile. So that's what I'm doing, catching this outer edge right here. On the face. Okay, I'm catching it down here. So it's turned into it and then down. Okay, that's how I'm doing that. There you go, you can see it now. Okay. Then I'm also catching it the other way. And I'm getting that point down in there. Okay, and I'm catching it down at the bottom of that edge. Okay, right at the very bottom. So I'm working it, turning it to achieve the end results. All right, now let's wipe this down. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's good. I put the black grout on. This will look nice. Okay, so in this case, because I'm using black grout, that doesn't matter, or I'd have to go over it with fingernail polish. Okay. There it is. Okay, let's see. Here we go. See, I'm taking it off. You can see all those chips. Okay, where it's come off. Taken off of there. Okay, except for there. But again, because I'm going black grout, this will not show up, so I'm good. Okay. There's your powder. That would normally have been in the air. That's why we're wetting it down so that it's not floating in the air. All right, all this here, would be floating. Most of that would be in the air if I went to wet it down, okay? So I can't emphasize that enough. And I'm not, no breather, no respirator, nothing covering my hair, because I don't have anything floating in the air. Well, Tess, thank you, Tess. Tess Youngs, if you're still here. I didn't see your comment. Oh, if you're still here, if you comment again, I'll know you're still here. All right. Cleaning up this area. Kind of keep it cleaning as you go. That way I can clean up is a lot better if you clean up as you go. You don't have as much work to do when you're done. All right. So let's do this. Now over here is where I've already worked the floor. All right, you can see how clean and nice that is. I've got a nice, about an 1/8" groove or more, 1/8" or more, but you don't have to remove all of your grout to do a top coat to change the color or renew your color. All right. Just about an 1/8 inch. Go down enough where it will, the new grout layer will stick and have enough to hold it in place. Okay. All right. Now I'll show you again without, this is dry. You can see this powder just going in the air, although I don't know if you can see it or not. The dust is going right in the air. I forgot the other day. Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right, and I see all this powder now. The fine stuff is going in the air. I don't know if you were able to see that on camera or not. Okay, but that's why I'm not doing it so you can see how fine that powder is. It's dust. Literally powder. Now that I've gone over this, it's now damp. Okay. Now watch. Look at the big difference. Okay, you don't have that dust, the finer dust, going in the air. Now I'm turning this. You can see the dust kicking out, but it's not going poof into the air. Left and right. Okay, you can see that buildup right there. You can see my angle. A 15-degree angle right there. Now if I want to get down into this edge, I put it right down into that edge. Okay, right there. It's right in there. See, I'm almost touching the tile on the other side. Right in up against it. Now. So yeah, it's pushing it forward. It's not floating in the air, and it's kind of thick. Okay, because that's moist. Okay. If I work on this much more, I'm going to have to re-wet it though. Okay. All right. Well, let's put this in the camera. Put it in the camera. Let's put this in a stand. And if I can be free to do what I need to do here. Okay. Let's turn this around. Well, I'm Chen. This is Home Improvement Tips, aka Easy 2 Tips and Tricks. It's a win-win-win. Tell a friend. Like, subscribe, share, save for future reference. As I always say, never give up, because there's always a way. Always. All right, now. Oh, that's oh, wow. All right, so I'm going to have to readjust. Okay. There we go. All right, now you can see. All right, I'm Ken again. This is Home Improvement Tips. Check out my playlist where you can see all my, the majority of my videos, my how-to videos. Although, if you are watching from your cell phone, you won't see all my videos. I have over 1,200 videos. Okay, if you go to my playlist, I have videos on how to paint, how to cut tile, how to stain your wood, how to do cabinets, how to stain cabinets. I have many how to paint your switch plates and electrical sockets, and quite a variety. I even have some food challenge videos. All right. Time to go over this joints here again. Now, I'm going to go over this. My top coat's going to be black grout. So I'm going to coat this with the black grout. And so, because of that, anywhere in this tile where there might be some old chips, I'm going to go over the tile with off-white fingernail polish. And I might even customize it with a little gray, because there's a little bit of gray going through this tile. So just kind of duplicate the gray patterns that are already here, where I hit it with the white, where I touch it up. Because there's a few of these tiles that have some cracks in it. Not cracks, have some chips in it. And I'm going to go over the chips with the white. And like I say, make it some really light gray. Or make a light gray if I need to. And so that it blends. And you'll never really see it unless you're on top of it, which generally isn't going to be the case. If you're on your hands and knees scrubbing the floor, you might see it. But most people aren't going to be on their hands and knees scrubbing the floor. So basically it won't be seen. And it won't be ugly, it'll look nice. If you repair something, it can't look ugly. You gotta make it blend. You do not want it to stand out. Okay. Now, the other thing, when it's dry, it really scatters as well. No, I've painted this whole kitchen. Cabinets, walls, ceiling, everything. I'll show this before at the end of the video. Again, this is home improvement tips, aka easy 2 tips and tricks. You see everything up close and personal. And as always, never give up, because there's a way. Always there's a way. Way to do it. Do your research. Watch videos, get a book or 2 on the subject. Wrap your head around it. Maybe you come up with some of your own unique ways. So there's always a way. We just gotta find out what that way is. Gotta be the stump detector. The stump detector. Get stumped, gotta detect, gotta figure out why you're stumped and learn the way to get it done. Don't forget about your public library, they still exist. That was the go-to when I was growing up. Lots of great information, free information. You just stay there and just read and study and learn and figure it out. Go to Barnes and Nobles as well, or whatever the bookstore might be. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your time and support and interest. We'll do a playback. I didn't want to go back to the beginning and see what I was having to say then. Okay, this is where the stove goes. You want to treat it like the rest of the floor. You want to do a good job for the seen and the unseen. You want to do just as good of a job on the unseen as you do on what is seen. Now the grout is actually a little higher here, which is going to require more work. There's a lot of it, it's dirty, but it's always been, I've got enough of a groove, enough space, or depth should I say, for the grout. Just a matter of cleaning up the dirt, oil, and whatnot that's in it. But right here, gonna get it down further. Gotta get that 8-inch depth. You can see it, you can also feel it. Okay, run your finger in the groove and you can feel it. You can also see it, but feeling it is a little better. Feeling it's a little better. All right, we kind of do an overview here. All right, let's do an overview. Okay, I started out here the other day. You can see the groove, okay? You can see the depth. All right. Okay, now, oh, here's where I was doing it the other day. See all that powder? Okay, that's where you want to wet it. Okay, because you don't want, because that powder just ends up in the air, and it's in your hair and everything. And you don't want to breathe it, like I said. Okay, over here. Okay, you can see where I've gone over it. Okay, you can see the lippage with this thing so that I can put in the top coat. All right. That's just plain water. Okay. Now, I painted this kitchen with oil-based enamel. Now that's Rust-Oleum oil-based enamel. I sprayed my walls, my ceiling, my cabinets, my doors. Everything in this kitchen has been sprayed, windowsills, with oil-based enamel. Now that's Rust-Oleum oil-based enamel. Okay, with Rust-Oleum you mix it with acetone. Okay, that's what you cut your paint with. And on the professional high gloss, no more than 6 and 32 ounces. No more. That's if you're using a sprayer. Other than that, they don't want you to really use any type of thinner. They don't want you to use any acetone. But I would say you put a little bit in, half a cup into a gallon I'm talking about. They say you can put up to, if you're spraying to get it thin enough, the maximum you can go on the professional high gloss enamel is 32 ounces. But call the number on the can and talk to them. But anyways, all right, so let me show you this paint job. Okay. Even inside here, you can see the gloss, the shine. All right, ceiling, walls. I've got plastic covers that's going to go in here, okay? But the window sills, ceiling, okay, all oil-based enamel. Now, inside, these panels were brown. The back was all brown. But now you see it's all nice and white. It's all Rust-Oleum oil-based enamel. And they want you to use acetone to thin it down with. Now, high gloss enamel. Everything has been sprayed. Everything. Okay. There's my drawer faces. I gotta get these mounted to the drawer. Okay, here's a little pantry. All right. Now, picture the grout being black and how this tile is going to stand out, and it will complement the black handles, the black hinges, the solid granite counter, black granite top. Okay. So when we get the black grout on the floors, this kitchen's going to pop. It's really going to look nice. Okay. Now, in order to use this Rust-Oleum oil-based enamel, I had to go over this entire kitchen with Kills oil-based primer. Now, Rust-Oleum makes a primer that you can use for that. Call them and ask them about their primer. But what I read and recommended to me was just use Kills oil-based primer and spray everything. Well, that's what I did. This whole entire kitchen I sprayed with the Kills oil-based primer. And then I went over the whole kitchen with the Rust-Oleum oil-based high gloss enamel, professional. Okay, so let's show you this little pantry. All right. I'll show you something about underneath that sink too. There's something unique about what's under that sink. Okay, here is the little pantry. And again, everything is oil-based enamel. Okay, now let me show you this unique feature that I have underneath the sink. Thanks for the thumbs up. What is that down there? What? Tiled all the way around. Totally waterproof. Okay? Now, that Dawn, you see that black top. You see this hose. That's going to this pump. So you use pump for your soap dispense. Okay? So that's going to be a custom little feature. Tile this. Got to clean it up, but all the sinks have this underneath because they all get water in them. And that way it preserves your cabinets. Water makes them waterproof. I also took Flex Seal and I sprayed the bottoms and the sides with the white Flex Seal before I ever put anything down under here. Flex Seal's waterproof. It's rubber. So I waterproofed it with rubber and then I glued it down with Lexcel. Lexcel is like it's not silicone. It is the acrylic. It's like a plastic when it dries. And that's what I have the tile anchored with is Lexcel. You could get away with using 100% silicone as well. You're not walking on it, you know. You're just holding soaps and bottles and whatnot, which also helps it to be waterproof using it. So you could use silicone, but the Lexcel that's my preferred glue as far as holding things in place. It's also waterproof after 2 weeks when it dries completely. All right, well, I'm Ken. This is Home Improvement Tips. Tell a friend. It's a win-win-win. Save for a future reference. And as always, never give up because there's always a way, always. Bye for now and God bless. And keep this country, in this world, up in prayer. All right, right now, it's pretty intense. So keep them in prayer. Bye for now. Keep looking up and bye.